What's going on, Benchwarmers? Welcome back to another exciting episode where we have triumph. We have I don't know where I'm going with that.
Fuck, you took my momentum.
Yeah, I looked at you and your excitement got me. I was like, oh shit, I got to keep going with
Triumph.
this.
And we don't know where we're going with
Yeah,
this.
yeah, you do. I saw you trying to pick it up, but it's hard. Right? I just like I said. What's going on?
I just
My
dropped
name
the
is
ball,
Eric, the
as usual.
instigator. Alongside me, you got
Nico.
Nico, Nick, and as always, Marco, the interrupter, who didn't interrupt. I was hoping you would on cue. But we are here. We are back, and we are going to go over some of the Champions League action that just happened this past week. We're not going to go over all the games, but some of the games. What's up? You can just copy. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you. My copy's over here. Go over some of the Champions League games, not all of them, and then go over some of the big Premier League action that's happening this weekend. So before we get into all that, obviously we want to let you know where you can hear us, where you can watch us, and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna hand off to Marco because Nico's busy right now. Marco, where can they, give us a little comment or a follow or let us know when they want to hear new content?
Well, it really depends. If you're listening to us, you can listen to us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Stitcher by searching Benchwarmers FC. But if you want to watch us, and you can also leave a comment on YouTube at Benchwarmers FC TV, and the like button and the little bell and all that other good stuff.
Ding, ding, ding. Yep.
Or if you like more social media and you're more on that TikTok side and that Instagram posts and stories and stuff like that, you can watch us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter by searching Benchwarmers FC1.
And honestly, you just want to go to TikTok just to watch Marco twerk. That is arguably the best video on TikTok, and it hasn't gotten the views it deserves.
I am the best twerker of 2021.
I fully support that. I endorse that. But yeah, no, we definitely appreciate all your support, and we definitely love to have you on the bench. So if you want to jump on the bench here with us, you want to do a video, we'll do it all. We want to have more fans on our bench, given their opinions on their teams. We got Arsenal, we got Liverpool. We're gonna get a United fan on here soon.
Yes.
We're gonna get a Chelsea fan on here soon.
We got a Spurs one.
We got a Spurs fan, but I mean, honestly,
we want to hear everybody else's voices.
Yeah. I mean, Spurs is Spurs. I don't want to hear Spurs. I'm just kidding. I always want to hear Josue's opinion, but unfortunately, he's a very busy man. But without further ado, let's get into this week's action. First, kicking off with Champions League. The first game we want to kick it off with, and we had a question regarding this game as well, is the Manchester United game versus Villarreal that ended 2-1. Now, a lot of people are saying that this game should have actually gone Villarreal's way. They actually played the better game, and United kind of got lucky. And if you look at the XG stats for the game, Villarreal actually should have won this game on paper. They played the better game, but United still came through. X Factor, Ronaldo, Fergie time, Old Trafford. I mean, it's written in the stars. Now, Nick, does this solidify Ronaldo's Champions League legacy and even I would say United legacy to score a last-minute winner again at Old Trafford in Fergie time again? It's like he never left. He just continued where he left off.
What do you mean by like cement his what?
I feel like there's not going to be another player in Champions League history that's going to be able to do what Ronaldo has done. Do you think that's the case?
Yep.
Shit.
That's probably. I mean, he's a phenomenal. He's probably he is the best Champions League player of all time, in my opinion. So I don't think he has to prove anything else, whether he scores a last-minute winner for United or whether he doesn't. So, yeah.
Do you think this result and should kind of hide how United are playing right now? Is hiding how United are playing, or are the fans and are we as a neutrals kind of seeing United for what they really are? And even though Ronaldo scored his last-minute goal, they're not out of the wood yet. They're still kind of shaky a little bit.
So if I'm a United fan, of course I'm saying, all right, get the 3 points, no matter how we played, get the 3 points and leave, right? Move on to the next game. But also I feel like I'm kind of a performance over result guy in terms of when you see results, positive results, and the performances don't go your way. In my opinion, it's only a matter of time until that all starts crashing down. So like with you guys with Arsenal Arteta, you guys saw positive performances. You guys saw, okay, we did this pretty good. We did this correctly, but we didn't get the result. So maybe next week we'll play like this again. We'll get the result. So for me, I'm always performances over results. And for the last couple of weeks, especially this game, I thought Villarreal definitely over. They definitely played over than what we expected, and they definitely should have won the game.
Marco, do you think this is another case of United, having like a couple of bad game run, then all of a sudden Ollie gets a little bit of pressure, and they go on a freaking 15 game undefeated run?
It feels like Ollie loves to be under that pressure because that's when he succeeds. That's when Manchester United are at their best. When he has that pressure, when people are trying to chirp in on media, on news, on everywhere, starting saying, is he almost out? Is this winter going to be it? Is now that Ronaldo there, is it too big for him? Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course, he loves to prove them wrong. He's done it one too many times already. So this is nothing different. He did, and he put the players that he thought were the best ones out there. And Ronaldo does what Ronaldo does, and he got that last minute goal.
So I mean, the result is United's way. We'll see how much more the stats continue to favor the opposing team, but United managed to scrap it out. They have got to figure it out because games like this, if they lose or draw a game like this in the Premier League, they're letting Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City get that much further away. And we know Liverpool and City, especially those two teams. Chelsea, we're still seeing how they're kind of building that dynasty. But Liverpool and City, if you give them a little bit of space, a little bit of room on top of the table, they're gonna take advantage of that and just keep going further and further. So United cannot afford to have these iffy games like against Villarreal in the Premier League because, like Nico said, eventually the stats are gonna come against you. And yeah, Ronaldo again, clutch. I think Brazil asked a question. Well, what was the question he asked?
I just wanted to wanted us to touch on Ronaldo's clutchness.
Yeah,
man.
man.
He's phenomenal. He's clutch player. He's like MJ in Game 6.
Yeah, it's crazy because you look at a player like any player, right? How old is Ronaldo? 36.
Yes.
How are you still producing the numbers that he does? I get that the goals aren't like his old classic goals where he just ripped from outside, but that's not his gameplay anymore. That's not his style. He's a striker. He's a poacher.
He's adjusted.
He is a finisher, and yeah, I mean he's clutch. Fergie time. It's
due to his adaptation, and he has one of the best mentalities I've ever seen in any sports.
Oh yeah,
the guy's mentality is ridiculous. It's above any player.
Yeah.
So when you have that mentality, you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
And with his talent, we've already seen what he's done with his talent, and his mentality. So yeah,
Brazil always says this, and I know other people say it too. But if he's listening, hard work. Oh, I'm getting a call right now. Let me just. Hey man, I'm recording right now, bro. Can I get back to you? Yes, sir. Love you. But I forgot where I was going with that.
I have no idea.
Oh, hard work
beats talent.
Outworks talent or something like that. I forget to say. I butchered it.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't.
Yes, yeah, you're on the right.
Brazil, can you please let us know?
Yeah,
what
Brazil,
exactly
let us know.
the quote is.
Can you cut this part out?
No.
Send it to Brazil.
Oh yeah.
All right. But yeah. So I mean, Ronaldo is clutch city. So United got bailed out. Now the next game, PSG versus Man City, 2-1 PSG's way. Did it really look that way though?
Nope.
I mean, the scoreline said that, but
sorry, can I say the quote?
What's that?
It says hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
There you go. Did you text him or did you?
No, I just read it off the internet.
Oh, okay.
Because we do have this one thing that's called phone that you can go onto Google and.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marco.
It's not like we weren't talking about anything. So thanks for actually doing something over there.
You're welcome.
He supposed to be a wise ass. We could ditch it right back. But no, back to this game. Did it? The XG for this game, PSG were at a 0.48. Man City were at 1.92. PSG didn't really create any chances. They got Messi's beautiful goal. And who remind me of the other goal again?
Idrissa Gana Gueye in the 7th minute.
Yes, rattling correct inside the box, just rattling all over the place, and but it was still missing something, missing that spark, that connection that the team has. Even though in PSG's way, it didn't feel like it was a dominant performance or anything like that. It was just uh, skilled team versus skilled team, and I think just a more skilled team won.
I mean, we'll definitely see because with the players that PSG have and the talent they have, all they probably need is one good result, a big result like this one against City, and it's like a bomb waiting to go off. And whether we'll see Mbappe, Neymar, Messi just take off from that, yet to be known.
Well, I'm not sure if I said it to you guys or in what chat, but it's just that did Eminem just start right now?
I believe you did mention it on the chat, and I mean it's a step closer to what we hope to see at PSG. A big combination, but specifically for that Messi goal. I mean, it came from the back. I think I don't know if it was Herrera or Verratti that made that pass to Messi
Mbappe.
when he was asking for it.
Oh, which one?
On the backfield,
Yeah,
I'm not sure, but yeah, Messi like took the ball.
he
drove
asked for
with
it. He drove into the middle. Mbappe ran in front of him. He crossed it, and Mbappe just laid it to the side, which ended up being a phenomenal goal. I think it's just a glimpse of what if they are at their best. This is something that we'll see regular.
And that's crazy to think that Messi still has that in his locker. He can drop all the way into the backfield, ask for the ball, and from back there still create a goal. Like that's who else does that?
Not a lot of players. There are very few players that will go all the way back, track all the way back to find that option and create that option
and create it. So that to me is what speaks volume to the levels that Messi's at. And when you have them three together, it's going to be scary when they actually do go off. Now, although PSG have Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, Man City were missing, I'd say, part of the X factor. And we got a question: is Ronaldo the X factor that Man City were missing? I don't think Ronaldo was the X factor that Man City are missing. I think it's a striker that they're missing. I mean, they have Jesus, but he's not Kane, the one they were going after.
Of course, I mean, it's always going to be a highlight having Ronaldo on as your striker because that's what the role that he's playing. But it doesn't have to be Ronaldo. It just has to be a striker. That's one thing that they don't have.
Prolific striker, yes. And Harry Kane was supposed to be their guy.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the case. Do you think, or I mean, obviously, I think it's going to be a yes, but if Kane was on this team, Ronaldo was on this Man City team, are we even having this conversation right now? Are we even worried? Are Man City going to dominate every game if they had a prolific striker on their team?
I think when we look at football nowadays, we tend to sometimes overanalyze it.
Yes.
And just look at too much in depth. I think it's for this case, it's just simple. They just need a person who can put the ball in the back in the net, and the likes of Ronaldo and Harry Kane can absolutely do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just as simple as saying they go into that team and they score goals. That's it. I feel like we don't have to overanalyze. Oh, Pep does this. Pep does this. Da 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 da. You put that kind of player, score in the team. You'll see what happens.
If you put a goal scorer inside the opposition's 18, what's he gonna do? Score goals, right? So yeah, you're right. Don't overanalyze it. It's simple. What do we say in pro clubs?
El fútbol es simple.
El fútbol es simple.
El fútbol es
muchacho.
vida.
El fútbol es simple.
El fútbol es vida.
El fútbol es vida.
También fútbol es vida.
No, but it's simple.
Soccer is
At times,
life.
you know? Like, look, it's not that complicated. But we like to make it complicated because it makes it fun, right? And let's go over this last game, Juve versus Chelsea. There's been a common theme throughout all these games, though, that the losing team has actually had better opportunities than the winning team. Correct. Because if you look at this game, Juve's XG was 0.85 versus Chelsea, which is 1.30 now. Although it's nothing crazy, nothing, there's not too much of a gap between that. Chelsea, Nick brought it up earlier, looks like they're getting some criticism. Well, not Chelsea specifically, but Tuchel's, that there's something missing on the creativity front. Do you think it's just Mason Mount being injured is the missing key right now, or is he not that player? He's not that guy. You're not that guy, buddy. You're not that guy.
So with Tuchel, I feel like at times he can be a detriment to attacking players. For example, Kai Havertz, maybe a Mount, maybe Timo Werner, maybe Hudson-Odoi, maybe Ziyech. So you mentioned about Mount. I think Mount, although he's not the best final attacking third player, he can link the midfield to the attack. Mm-hmm. So he's definitely good at that. But when I look at Chelsea's attack and when they do lose games or when they do not perform well in terms of the final third, I always look at the creativity problem. And although they won that game against Spurs 3-0, you can definitely see at times in that match where it's just like, damn, if they had that one player who would just make that killer pass, make that key decision, they'll be so much better. So with Tuchel, it's tricky at times because I'm not worried about them at all defensively.
Yeah.
But up front, when the game gets long and they can't create those clear cut chances, it's only a matter of time before they maybe give up a chance at the other end. So yeah.
You were also saying before, and Mark, I'll take it to you. What do you think about this? But Lukaku is the way he's been playing is not the. He's not just running down the channels and just poaching the ball in. He's dropping in, building up play, being the postman. Should that be his role? Should he be doing that? Does he have the skill set, I guess, or the profile to be doing? Is that the style of play that he should be doing right now, or should he be the guy that he's running between the players in the half space, or just running down the channels and just getting at the end of the balls and putting him in the goal?
I mean, it really depends on if Tuchel's the one that's telling him, "Hey, you have to do this."
I mean, it has to be an instruction.
Yeah, if the instruction
look
is
at play
that,
the Inter.
yeah, if the instruction is that, then he's gonna do it. Is he the best at it? No. Can he learn? Maybe. But I think at this point, you should use him on what he's best.
I think you use him kind of like Kane in a way, just not dropping as deep, but just still like dropping.
Like just more like make him do every part of the modern day striker.
Yeah.
So he runs the channels. He can put his body onto a player and then dish the ball out wide. He can also be inside the box and score a tap in or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like with Lukaku, he should just play every part that a modern day striker does, like maybe like Kane.
Yeah. But yeah, Chelsea loses this game. We will see how this affects them throughout the weekend. But I don't think they have any hard matchup this weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
Chelsea?
They play Southampton.
Oh, okay. And Southampton are pretty awful too. But that leaves the games that we wanted to talk about. Now I have a question for you guys. I know Marco. I already know your answer. I don't know why you're wearing that jersey today. First of all,
So boring.
but
on the lows and highs.
I do agree with that. Biggest upset. Shit. With FC Sheriff?
Sheriff.
FC Sheriff 2 versus Real Madrid 1. Or Benfica 3, Barcelona 0.
My opinion, the bigger upset is the Sheriff one. I think it's their first time being in the Champions League, if I'm not mistaken. They're not a team that just gets a ticket and here you go. They fought their way into Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a big win for them. And they did an amazing job. I that was the only game that I was able to kind of watch. And what I saw was that defensively, they are solid. The guys fight for every ball. They will not let you through. And if you are able to get through, the goalkeeper's on top of you. The goalkeeper is there to do his job. And it was really cool to see that they had a quote unquote one of the better teams in the world, or if not the best. And they still didn't back down.
Yeah.
And they took their chances. They had 3 chances to score 2 goals. So the very few chances they had and the very little possession of the ball that they had, they took advantage of it, and they found Real Madrid's weakness, which is his defense, and they took advantage of that. Yeah. And of course, the goal that came in the 89th minute, which was a banger. Like the way that he positioned himself, the way that he struck that ball, put it in the upper left corner. Nowhere could talk him touch it. It was a phenomenal goal. So kudos to them, man. What a phenomenal game that they did defensively, and again took advantage when they had the chance.
And with these games, like you said, kudos to them. I feel like with these kinds of games and these kinds of upsets, we should focus more on the team that wins, on the team that upsets the other teams. Because yeah, Madrid didn't play well, but we have to give all the credit to Sheriff, man. I mean, they're from Moldova. This is the first time they qualified for the Champions League ever. So when these kind of things happen, I think we should tend to focus more on the team that overcame that
adversity,
instead of the team that lost and say, oh, they didn't play that well.
I mean, that always happens when
we're going to talk about Real Madrid's failure. No, I want to talk about
how good they were.
How good,
that.
Yeah.
You were emphasizing that, and that's good they do that. And it feels like
Cristiano was the one that scored a goal. That's the guy's name that scored one of the goals.
Yeah,
his name is Cristiano. It was like, oh my God, Cristiano scored. I'm like, I know it's not the right one. It's not the one that we're thinking of, but at the same time, it's like shit, Cristiano
Yeah.
came and bit us in the ass.
Nah,
So-
but it's and not to get too sidetracked, but to your point, Nick, if you're like pundits nowadays, when a result like this happens, they just bash on Madrid.
Yeah, I agree.
Why? Because it just catches the headlines.
It's easier.
it's
It's
a-
easy.
it's
It's
a
easy
clickbait.
clicks. It's easy whatever.
Yeah, but they don't talk
And-
about like Sheriff, like you did. They had a great performance, and if you look at again defensively, we were looking at the stats earlier, and I mean, you were surprised to hear what the stats were, where we actually came to the conclusion that Madrid only had
one head to head, which is
one
the goal.
yeah
the
one
penalty.
clear cut opportunity against
Yeah,
Sheriff.
what is it? Was it goal chance or what's it called?
Big chance,
Big
like
chance,
a clear chance, yeah, a chance where they should be scoring the
Yeah.
goal.
9
so
on
that-
target, 11 shots to the goal, 79% possession.
But that speaks volume to what you were saying, the defensive effort that Sheriff.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I was listening to a little bit about the Sheriff's history, and if I'm not mistaken, one of the pundits during that game said that Sheriff has the expectation of goal for them to receive a goal is approximately they receive one goal every 6.2 hours.
damn.
So
So they're not scoring many goals.
They're not receiving many goals.
Oh, they're not. Oh, conceding goals. I'm sorry. I
Conceding
think
goals,
they're
yeah.
scoring goals. I'm sorry.
So they're not conceding that many goals. Their defense, I believe, in their league is one of the best, if not the best defense in the league.
And they brought it.
And they brought it and they showed it. So again, kudos to them, man. What a game they had. They stuck to their guns. They fought for everything, and they deserve those 2 goals and those 3 points.
Now the other game is Benfica demolishing Barcelona 3-0. I mean, I'm not even gonna go over the stats because the stats are obviously favoring Benfica more than Barcelona. But I kind of just want to say how bad Barcelona are right now. Like oh my god.
Hello, who's this now?
Sorry, I'm getting a call right now. But yeah, how bad Barcelona are right now. Like they. The other day I was watching the game with Jessie, and she was here watching it, and I was watching it with her, and they threw in Piqué at striker with the Jong.
Wait, what game?
I forget, it was
Was it the Bayern game?
no, it was a La Liga game where they threw in Piqué as striker, and I believe the Jong went to striker as well. It's when they tied, when they were losing and they scored at the last minute.
Okay, yeah, it must have been like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm like this is really gotten this bad. What, in your guys' opinion, and you guys can sum it up in less than a minute, I'm pretty sure. But what is, like, I guess the first domino to fall that caused this horrible form and just position that Barcelona are currently in?
The president from before that started this downhill that they tried, but I think it's just the what do they call it? The avalanche is so big now. It's just taking
The
everything
snowball,
with it.
it
The
got getting bigger and bigger and
effect,
bigger. Yeah.
it's just getting bigger and bigger, and the more they try to stop it, the worse it gets. There's nothing they can do right now.
Just wait it out.
Just wait it out, figure out the money situation, try to keep the players happy, keep what you have, and go through coaches.
They have some really talented players. I mean, you have Fati, Depay is pretty good. Obviously, Frankie De Jong, Pedri. So they have like decent young core players.
You think it's coming?
I think it's common, to be
Definitely
honest. Honestly, I'd love to see, like, but then again, I'd like to see what Xavi would do. It'd be pretty interesting. But then again, we mentioned about flip-flopping coaches and whatnot. So
But the thing, and this is not to get more in depth into the Barcelona situation, but Xavi comes along, everybody's gonna have stars in their eyes because Xavi's there. They're not gonna see what really going on until maybe a year or two after,
Yeah.
because it's a legend come into play or come
Mhm.
into coach, and I mean he knows that if he comes right now, he would just come just to please the fans.
Yeah.
But he will come into a very shitty situation.
Yeah. He doesn't want
And
that.
I don't know if he will be able to get out of there because he doesn't have that experience.
He doesn't want that. He doesn't want that drama right now. Like, why would he want to go back to his former club and just deal with just the financial issues they're going through? Yeah, there's rumors that Xavi's going to Barcelona, and I mean, could it happen? Very, very well could happen. And next thing you know, Piqué's president, which I think should be the actual move.
I mean,
Piqué's
Piqué
actually
should definitely. I mean,
he's
yes,
great, he's
as
smart. He's a
hard-headed,
smart guy.
as hard-headed,
I hate him, but
and as much as I hate him, he's a very, very smart guy. And I
I
think
dislike him. I hate
his
him.
love for his team and for the sport is very, very big. And I think he would do a really good job.
And his
being the
business,
president,
his
yeah.
business mentality is really good as well. So yeah, we'll see how Barcelona get out of this. I think they're following the AC Milan path, but we shall see. How long do you guys give Koeman?
To December.
Keep in mind, I do want to mention this. I forget the exact amount, but if they sack Koeman before the end of the season, they gotta pay him like a shitload of money.
He's not going anywhere.
And that was in the clause
Was it?
that Koeman wanted that in the clause. So they wouldn't sack
Because
him.
he knew that he was going to be the fall guy. He knew he was coming in at a shady situation and knew that if that he would get the short end of the stick, and anything that would happen, it would be under him. So what he's gonna do? I'm gonna make sure that and of course they're gonna sign it because they need a coach.
Think about it, man. They're this president corrupt. The former president, which was the one that went to jail, right? Two
he was
presidents ago.
he went to jail, yeah.
So it's like, man, who knows? Who are they electing? Who knows? But Barcelona
Fun to
are
watch. Thank you.
crumbling right now.
And they have a big game this week.
And Atletico Madrid, right?
Yep.
Ooh, we shall see how that game turns out. So that wraps up Champions League. Let's get into this Premier League weekend predictions. First game we got on the docket here. I put on here just because I think they're not in the best form based off the stats. Just because they got the result this past week.
Diego will be very happy with you with all these fucking stats.
See, the thing is that my stats are a little bit different. Diego brings stats up about like individual clubs and players, like they missed like X.
Those researched ones that he had to dig from. Yours is
The
like whatever you find on
ESPN.
It's like,
ESPN
this is
stats.
the
The-
first
the
time in the
ESPN
last
side.
5 years that he has missed.
Yeah, exactly.
Da.
Nah, I'm talking about like actual stats for individual performances. All right, that's what I'm talking about here. That's how I rate my players, and the eye test, of course. But one game that they was definitely be watching though is the Manchester United versus the Everton game. And United haven't been again. Although they won, they're still a bit shaky. They're at home this game. Is this a game where we're gonna start seeing them kind of bounce back up and hit their 15-game unbeaten run like they always do when Ollie's like having a little shaky start, or are Everton gonna bring it to them? Or Benitez is gonna bring it to them? What do you guys think?
I mean, they have to. I mean, they can't draw this game.
United?
Yeah, I mean, they have to start winning because the less they don't win, obviously, the other teams are just gonna keep getting further.
Yep.
I mean, they have a phenomenal squad, and in my opinion, they should be challenging for every trophy.
Marco said they have to win a
So-
trophy this year.
So with this team and with the manager, every game counts. And it started game week 1, but I mean their form at home hasn't been great compared to their away form. So that's why I want to look at this game like this could be a tricky game. And we always mention that early kickoffs can be tricky.
Mm-hmm.
So damn, it's a tough one because Everton also, when you look at Everton,
So Everton results, they have one lost, one they and then they will beat Brighton, drew against Leeds, beat Southampton. Oh, that's in August 2021. Sorry, I'm going too far back.
so
but they won their past couple games.
it's like half with Everton because sometimes they play well, sometimes they play like shit.
So it's good, so it's shit.
So
Pretty much.
damn, I don't know. Honestly, I can't really judge this game just because I mean Everton are a good team. I mean United definitely have some better players, but it's one of those fixtures that can be a 0-0 or 1-1, just like
Yeah.
a scrappy, just boring game.
give me your final result,
1-1.
Marco.
I think it's gonna be a boring-ish game, but I also think there's gonna be some goals. So I'll give it a 2-1.
Okay. Ooh.
That's a hard one because last time I said Ronaldo and he didn't score. So I'm gonna keep it 2-1 and let's see what happens.
Who's winning?
Oh, sorry, Man United. I thought you who was scoring. I'm like, no, I don't want to say.
No, I was like, who's
Man
winning?
United. Man United.
Yeah, I'm a second your score line there. I think it's gonna be United's way 2-1. Next game we have is Brighton versus Arsenal. I'm actually more nervous for this game than I was for the Spurs game, and I'll tell you the only reason being is because Graham Potter, I believe, has found a good setup for his team, and Spurs looked completely lost that last game. I've been watching so many tactical videos on that, and Spurs were just like horrendous. Carragher has a great breakdown in the first minute of the game how bad Spurs were. Literally, the
First minute?
Yes.
I gotta watch that.
I'm gonna see if I can find it and send it to you. It's crazy how bad they were. Sorry, but yeah, I'm more nervous with this game. The only thing that I am upset for the player, but I'm happy for Arsenal because we don't gotta deal with the player, is Bissouma's hurt. He's not playing right now. He's injured, and then also don't forget AFCON is coming up, so Brighton are also going to lose him. Somebody asked earlier, are Brighton going to be top of the table? I don't think they're going to be up there for the whole season. I think they're going to drop down eventually once, the longevity of the season. It tends to happen most of the time, but
Yeah, once December
Um,
hits and all those games are
yeah.
back to back to back, that's when you're gonna start seeing them.
I think we're definitely on a good high right now, and without Bissouma being there, I think this is a good chance for us to continue getting the results. It's gonna be a scrappy one though. I think it's gonna be like a 2-1 victory, or maybe a 1-0 type of thing. It's gonna be one of those scrappy, cagey fights.
Yeah. I feel like the high of beating Spurs is pointing us in the right direction. That I do feel that this is gonna be a tough game to play, but I also do feel like that Aubameyang or Laka will come in and have a say in this game. So I do agree. It's gonna be a 2-1, pushing it 3-2.
Okay.
Do you guys think he'll start the same exact players again?
Well, he
Play
can't.
against Spurs?
Shaka's out for 3 months,
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
which
Yeah.
it sucks because that was his best attribute, was being available.
So do you think he'll play the same front four of Saka, ESR, Odegaard, and Aubameyang?
I think he went with Shaka in this against the Spurs game because he was not only playing it safe by having experience in there, and well, I think that's why he went with Shaka because he was playing it safe. Now that Brighton are without Bissouma, and we have this momentum, I think he's gonna go back with playing Odegaard and Smith Rowe as the eights and Party as the holding mid. I wouldn't be surprised if I see Party and Okanga together and Odegaard up front, but I think he's gonna keep. I think he's gonna go back to the 4-3-3 as opposed to the 4-2. Yeah.
So would it
4-2-3-1.
be up top, Saka?
Up top, I would have Saka on the right and Pepe on the left, and Aubameyang in the middle.
Okay.
I think that's the best that we get out of Saka, and Pepe isn't bad on the left. He can swing balls in. We've seen it done in the past. So I would want to see that. I think Pepe should definitely be getting into starting in the lineup just to kind of keep his getting back into form because he's always a goal threat when he's on the field. Whether he does good like on the eye test or not, it's just he doesn't look like he's energetic as everybody else does, but he always does produce a goal somehow, either an assist or an opportunity or scores it himself. So I want to see that. I want to see the back five with Ramsdale and all them. And I want to see with a Party, Odegaard, Smith Rowe, Pepe, Aubameyang, and Saka.
You want to see them lock up Mopai? The post I sent you of Brighton, him doing the little crying thing. I'll give it. I will give him. I mean, he's a decent player.
He's
but
good.
He definitely knows how to get like the psychological advantage over the other.
He's a man of the dark arts. He's a man of the dark arts. He took a page out of Ramos's book. And did you see the interview he did with Thierry Henry?
No.
Thierry Henry was like, just take it easy next week and, don't score against Arsenal. He was like, hey, listen, if I score, you won't be mad at me, right? I was like, oh, you fucking bitch. Don't fucking hate you. But, yeah. What do you have? How do you have this game going?
2-1 Arsenal.
Let's go. All right. And then we got the biggest matchup of the week. We also have our pick of the week. But the biggest matchup of the week is Liverpool hosting Man City. I mean, this is one of the new rivalries, one of the new classics that we're all like excited to watch now towards the weekend. Nico, how confident are you going into this? You guys just came off a huge 5-1 rout against Porto, and Man City just lost. So, how do you feel going into this game? You guys are at home.
I feel I'm actually like I feel
I feel good about you right now, dude. Like I look at you, I'm like, yeah, this guy has no stress in the world. Like if I play in Man City, I'm like, oh fuck, we already lost. Like shit, but this guy's like, no, I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Let me ask you this: who do you think is going to be the back four? Because in the past game, I believe you had issues with Matip playing back there.
Yeah.
So do you think he will come back and play again, or do you think it's going to be Gomez?
So the difference between that Brentford game and City is that Brentford's very physical and intense, whereas City we see them as like more methodical, more pass. So I think with games like Brentford, you can see Matip overpowered with intense strikers like Tony, but with City, I would like to see Matip just because he's a lot more technical than Konate and Gomez is fresh off an injury. Also, Konate is inexperienced. So I'd like to see Matip just because he's more seasoned with Van Dijk, and he also knows these games.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Matip, Van Dijk, the same back four that played last weekend. The only thing would be I'd play Firmino instead of Jota because I mentioned in the group chat with Eddie and Edgar. Every time that Liverpool beats City, it's always pressing out the gates, pressing out the gates. And Firmino is one of the key ones to doing that. So when I look at Firmino, he's a great presser, and he also keeps the ball well. So when we look at that Brentford game from last week, I thought at times we gave up the ball way too easily, and that just led to an easy transition for Brentford.
Yeah.
So against City, that's one of the last teams in the world you want to give up the ball. So you always want to keep the ball. So I mean, overall as a game, I'm actually feeling pretty confident, just because it's not really like what I see. I just feel confident. You know what I mean?
No, the bit of the form that we guys have been playing recently, of course.
And I'd love to see more of Curtis Jones. I don't know if you guys watched the highlights of the Liverpool game, but Jesus
Good.
Christ, that guy is ridiculous for his age.
What, 21?
He's 20. He's 20. He's just like he just glides on the pitch, and he offers something different to what Thiago, Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain does. But man, I'm feeling pretty confident.
I feel like he has that goal threat.
He's the best one out of
Yeah,
the midfield with the goal
exactly,
threat.
yeah.
And when we look at these past years, Liverpool have had 0 goal threat in the midfield. And so this actual season, the goal and assist stats for the midfielders have been pretty good. So, I mean, overall as a game, I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm going 3-0 Liverpool.
Ooh,
I'm going
3-0.
big.
Keeping that clean sheet.
I'm going big.
At home, Marco, how do you see this game going? Do you see the clean sheet that Nico sees in Alisson's future?
I don't.
Ooh.
I don't,
Butterfingers.
But I don't disagree with the result.
Okay, so 3-2.
2.
Oh.
Liverpool will still walk away with the win, though.
Okay. I'm going to go for a snooze fest here.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen a snooze fest in this specific game.
I mean, it's kind of hard to see it at Anfield just because knowing how that stadium gets, it's crazy. But it's just gonna be a tactical showdown, I think, and I see it ending solid 1-1.
I knew you were gonna go with that, and honestly, I mean, I'm sticking with my 3-2,
Yeah.
but I can see that happening too.
Yeah,
Like, it's very easy to see.
You never know what's gonna happen with
Yeah.
these, but this is a new rivalry we're seeing, so it's always fun to watch. And then we have our pick of the week, which is Spurs hosting Aston Villa.
Ooh,
Not to troll, but I'm going Aston Villa, bro. I think Spurs are so bad right now.
I'm going 2-2.
2-2.
yeah. I was gonna say, as much as I hate the fact that what I'm about to say, I think it's gonna be a tie. I think Nuno needs it, and I think Spurs can't afford to lose again. And I feel like they're gonna pull something at least to get a point. So
I don't even think they can afford a draw. I think
they
have to
they
win.
can't afford to draw, but I think a draw is something versus nothing. So that's why I'm gonna go with the 2-2 with like what Nico said, but because Nuno is gonna bring something out of his ass and get the result.
So I've been listening up on a lot of news on Spurs because I kind of wanted to hear their point of view on where they're at right now.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you guys watched the last interview on Nuno after the
When he blamed
tournament.
the basically
I saw you talk
he
about
basically
it.
said that he put a plan out and then nobody did the plan.
He blamed some of it. He threw some of his players under the bus. Who are those players? I'm pretty sure you're talking about Ndombele and Dele Alli. They were non-existent in that midfield. Now you're going against an Aston Villa side who is completely
And they're intense in the
they're
midfield.
intense in the
And I mean, you
midfield.
get McGinn, Douglas Luiz. I mean, they've been on the form of their lives.
My point exactly. Their midfield is I think, going to completely overwhelm Spurs, and with that defense just being spotty, like they just did. I think Ali Watkins is going to start breaking out of his shell a little bit in this game for the season. So I think Aston Villa are going to take this game solid 2, possibly 3-1.
All right.
All right. That is our pick of the week, but that also wraps up this episode. We appreciate you guys sticking around for this long. As always, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please hit the notification. Please leave us a review and a comment. It helps us out tremendously so we can continue doing what we do and hopefully getting your voices on the bench as well. Any final thoughts?
Nope.
That's it.
Should be a good week.
Should be a good week of football. Let's get it. It was a great week of champions. Now let's have a great week of Premier League action. With that being said, we are the Benchwarmers. What's up? Oh shit!
I didn't want to interrupt. I want to see because last time you gave me shit for interrupting you. So.
No, last time I said
It was 2
tell
weeks-
me to do it.
2 weeks ago.
Did I say tell me to do it?
I
Honestly,
said
I have
I was
no
getting,
idea.
no. One time he said I was getting there, but you cut me off. So I'm like, all right.
No,
I'm not.
no.
It was 2 weeks ago. I will.
Find it,
It was
please.
2 weeks ago.
I remember saying.
No,
just
no,
tell
no.
me.
Last
No,
week, no,
remember
no.
last
Last
week?
week I did this,
Remember
and you
like
pointed.
stretching
Yes.
out like, oh.
The week before, the week before, you gave me shit
'Cause I was
for
gonna do
interrupting.
something, 'cause I was
Yeah,
gonna
there
do
you
it.
go.
We
So
gotta do
I
it.
have to wait to see what you're doing to then tell you.
Well,
What
if you
it
hear
is.
where I'm going with the
I don't know. I
conversation.
heard the conversation last time. You still got
Jesus,
mad at me.
man.
So.
Oh
Yeah.
my lord. Yeah, you think, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
You're thinking, like,
Nico got it. So.
No, he didn't. He
Yes,
was
he
like,
did.
what the
He
hell?
knew- he
Like,
knew
why
what I
you
was
looking
doing.
at
I
that?
thought you were stretching.
You see? Oh my god. All right, so what do you guys want to do first? Name or the game? This is for the challenge, the head-to-head challenge for.
You know what?
this
I
weekend.
haven't been able to pick the
Game?
game.
Okay, I haven't been able to pick anything at all. So yeah, I picked the name. You pick the game.
That's the game.
All right,
Marcos
so
currently.
don't show it yet. Shake the cup.
Shake.
Yeah, shake, senora, shake it all around. Woo!
Who is gonna be in the head-to-head?
Damn, I'm nervous. Is it gonna be me or is it gonna be you? Okay. All right, so the head-to-head.
I feel like it's gonna be you and me.
Probably. It is Marcunius
Okay. Versus.
versus me.
Oh, let's go.
Actually, that's not my name, so I don't know who this is. What the fuck is that? First of all, is that an E or that's not even a letter, bro? What is that? What is that?
I think the way that he cut it. It just
That's
feels
not
like
even an
letters.
E, dude.
I didn't put it. I didn't put the
He
middle
didn't put.
thing.
That's not. What is that?
Correct.
That's not. Oh, I
It's
guess
just
C.
correct.
It's a C, I
It's
guess.
just
Yeah,
correct.
you're right. Oh my god. So
Quick.
Marco and myself head to head this weekend. Who are we supporting?
Well, what game we're gonna be
You
watching?
know what I'm saying? Well, who am I supporting to win? Messi, Liverpool?
No.
Spurs, Aston Villa?
No.
Arsenal, Brighton.
Arsenal, right?
Wolves, Newcastle.
Shit, I think Wolves are gonna win this
They're
game.
both on like shaky, like
Well, Jimenez scored a goal after his horrific head injury last year. So maybe, well, depending who I get, I'm gonna see who I want to support. But all right, Marco. So you got the papers up. Put them in this cup, please, sir.
Yep.
And then Nico will pick it out.
Yep. One. Give me a second.
And Nico, I'm sure you know the instructions. Marco won't explain it to you this time because you confused the shit out of Dyer last time.
Yes, sir.
So Nico, you know the rules of the game.
Just pick one and say who's it belong to.
This is for Wolves.
No. This is for who? Oh my god. Who are you?
Okay.
Who are you picking? For
This
right
is for
now?
Oh,
Wolves.
no,
yeah.
okay, no. I'll pick it for Marco since I'm
Okay.
looking at him. I can't open this, dude.
Get to me and open it for you. Wait, well,
Marco, you can't open that.
All right. So Marco is supporting.
I am supporting Wolves.
Is he really?
Wait,
Yeah,
let's see, because Marco,
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah,
right?
he's supporting Wolves. Damn it! I'm supporting Newcastle.
I mean,
But
you printed
you know
that,
what?
so
I'm going
it's
for
not even
Newcastle. I'm
handwriting.
going fully behind Newcastle. So hope my boy Joe Willock finds his form again and starts scoring some goals. Let's go, Newcastle. Let's go. Magpies.
Wolves.
Woo! There you go. All right. Now I think we are officially done. Right? Am I missing anything? We good?
No, sir.
We still gotta decorate this room, man. We still gotta decorate this.
Yeah.
Give us your opinions. Give us your thoughts. Let us know what we should put behind us.
If you know anything about art and can do spray paint or actually do art, please let us know.
Yeah,
we
'cause
would,
I can
we
do
would
art.
love to have you come in because,
I can barely draw a stick figure.
yeah, me too.
So that being said, we are the Benchwarmers, the bench with the voice.
With
With
the
the bench
sweet worm.
is always warm. Peace, everybody.
Caliente.